Hey, we did Forest wrong, by the way, guys. We gotta talk about. We gotta talk about. We did Forest wrong. We did them dirty.
Oh, what for Shelvey and Woods. Because if you go on Twitter now and type in Shelvey, oh my gosh, the backlash from Nottingham Forest fans is.
Did you see that pass though for the goal?
It's suicide. Well, I'm not gonna say that word, but it's hospital ball, and that's the sort of stuff that he was potentially doing for us. Nah, you can't do that under.
I'm convinced he thought he had a Tottenham shirt on. The way he passed that ball, I'm surprised he went arms aloft celebrating the assist off the back of that. That was blatant.
No, but I got to ask though, what were Forest smoking? Chris
to sign both of them.
Hey, when that phone call came through, everybody in Newcastle said,
"Yo,
just calm down."
You know that scene in the Wolf of Wall Street, you know, where they're all in the office. I don't know if you've seen it. They're all in the office and doing the deal. He's on the phone. Sending them over. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Hey, they allowed us to put a clause in saying once he's played this amount of games, you have to buy him.
It was 3 games.
Who's the negotiator?
3 games. Once he played 3 games, the 15 million got triggered. And the loan fee was 4 million. So they paid 19 million overall fee for Chris Wood.
That's crazy.
He's injured, right?
Yeah, it's out for the season.
He paid 25 out of his buyout clause. So we've effectively only paid 6 million in a fee. Which if anybody would have told you that back in you'd have snapped your hand off for that. 6 million for Chris Wood to save us in the
I was wondering how we were going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
When they said Forest won him, this is me. Nobody fucked this up.
Exactly.
But the Shelvey one, they're taking the piss.
There would have been
he's been injured all season.
There would have been a queue of Newcastle fans driving him down there personally. Get in the back, lads. Come on, let's go.
Would have all chipped in the petrol money. Would have all chipped in £5 to get him down.
I knew there was a reason why Shelvey was so eager to get this over the wall, because he knew Eddie had to told him you ain't gonna be here next season, bro.
You know the crazy thing on top of that is, so for example, Chris Wood, I think Chris Wood got given an extra £30,000 a week on top of his wages to move to Forest, in comparison to what he was on at Newcastle.
Wow.
Joe Shelvey, I think he was on about 80 grand at Newcastle. That he got, so he's been given an extra 20 grand a week. So he's on 100 grand a week now to go and play at Forest. And they gave him a contract, I think, of like 3 years, whereas we were only going to give him kind of like a year extension, year upon year upon year, if he was to stay. And I don't think many people wanted him to stay at that point because they were looking to move on. So for his longevity, this is why we went into the back end of this second half of the season light, because we were never going to pass up an opportunity like this. There's talk that Shelvey was 10 million, that they paid 10 million for the right. So you're looking at the best pot of 30 million for 2 players that were on the best pot of 80 grand a week each on their contract at Newcastle, and we've got rid of the wages and we've got 30 million for the benefit of it. And bearing in mind, Shelvey, his contract was out in the summer, so we've got 10 million for a 30-plus-year-old whose contract was out in the summer, and that's what they're paid. Like, it's madness. It's madness. This is the kind of stuff that we need to do. Chelsea are really good at this. When they say they sell their players, they make money on them. That's what we don't want to sell too many players. When we sell them, Jamal Lewis, for example, Fraser, not talking we're going to sell them for 20 million here or whatever, but what we want to do is make sure we get a decent return on them.
Mm-hmm.
It helps us with FFP, because if we can get decent returns on them, it means on the FFP point of view, it allows us more spending to buy the players we really want in the club. Madness, though. Madness. Why Forest are going to do... Look, if I'm being honest with you, I want Forest to stay up, because I want to throw them Ryan Fraser in the summer. I want to throw them Jamal Lewis.
They can be our best sellers.
Do you want a goalkeeper? Martin Dubravka's here. He'll do the job for you. Pay 15 million.
The sales might even go back there. You know what I'm saying? The sales. Yeah.
Darlow we need to get rid of.
Yeah, Darlow can go back there.
Go back to your old club. Double deal, 25 million.
Man.
A piece.
Yeah.